That almost sounded good. It almost sounded like I know what I'm doing with this thing, man. Before I get into this, I just want to say everybody's recovery looks different. What worked for me might not work for you, and vice versa. I'm not here to judge. I've been there too. I've been sick, I've been broken, I've been ashamed, and barely holding on at the end there. So if you're on this journey, no matter where you're at, I see you. Not literally though, because I'm looking at a camera. Let's get into it. So these are 5 things that helped me stay sober, personally. So take what works, leave what doesn't, but just keep going. So I've been sober for 2.5 years now, and from the beginning, I honestly didn't even think I'd really make it 2 months. Even when I broke my first 2 months, I was in awe. I was kind of shocked. And even though I have 2.5 years sober, I'm still figuring things out. There's a lot of things that keep coming up that either remind me or teach me new things that I've either been applying to my recovery and didn't know it, or things that I have been applying to my recovery now. But over the years, people have been asking me, what do you do to stay sober? How do you stay sober? What is it that motivates you or keeps you on the straight and narrow? And how can I do the same? Man, this one hurt, and that's why I'm starting with it. Taking full responsibility. As far as I can remember back, I have always blamed other people for my problems. It didn't matter the circumstances, whether I was in the wrong or whether I wasn't in the wrong. It was never my fault. It was never my problem. Even if I was fully to blame, that was still my reality. There's no way this is my fault. It wasn't until this time around in sobriety, I realized blaming life for being hard doesn't make it easier. It just makes you powerless. Oh, man, that one never feels good. Like, that one sucks real bad. I could not look myself in the mirror and tell myself, you did this to yourself. And sure, I grew up with some less fortunate circumstances, as do many, many people. I had just been making bad decisions for myself from a young age consistently. And this wasn't an overnight transformation in my mind where I just one day woke up and said, you know what, I'm gonna take responsibility for myself today, or I'm gonna take accountability for my actions today. Because I understand fully that it's not that simple. It's not as simple as just flicking a switch and changing how you look at the world. There's a process of learning in there. And in order to learn, you have to fail. So with the failures came learning, more failures, and more learning. That's how I did it. See, what kept me in that vicious cycle was that I would stop trying after. I would make a bad decision and just live with it and be okay with it, rather than learning from it and trying to improve. It's a dangerous game when you walk around the world with no accountability and no responsibility for yourself. The second I said no more excuses, if I want a better life, then I have to build it. Nobody else is going to come and build it for me. And from that moment, everything started to change. Not instantly, mind you. Again, not instantly, but permanently. There's something wild about how movement resets the brain. And I'm not talking about bodybuilding or running marathons or trying to be the next Iron Man. Those are all great. Those are fantastic things. I myself would love to do those kind of things. What I'm talking about is generally taking care of your physical health. And I encourage you to find something that you enjoy doing. It can be running, it can be going to the gym, it can be rock climbing, it can be cycling, swimming. When we put our body to the test like that, not only does it release healthy endorphins in the brain and make us feel good, we start to improve every single day. I heard somebody say this, and don't quote me on it because I don't know if I'll get it correct, but they said, going to the gym is the gateway drug to a great life. If you're able to build a healthy, athletic physique, then you're somebody that has clearly built the discipline, has the motivation, has the drive, and is willing to do what it takes to get where they want to be. It's not easy. It's a difficult thing, and that's why a lot of people don't do it. And the reason I think it's so important in recovery is because it starts as a stepping stone to doing bigger and better and greater things. I will forever be an advocate for a healthy, fit body and a healthy, fit mind. The one thing I can promise you about fitness is that if you find one thing and you stick to it consistently, that discipline spills into everything. This one used to eat me alive. I used to look around at everyone that was doing even remotely better than me. Most of the time it was people that were doing much better than me, but if you can get a hold of this one early in recovery, not comparing your success to others is going to help you leaps and bounds to get where you are trying to get. Because trust me, comparing your pain to somebody else's successes is a full-time job, and it pays in resentment. When I was able to maintain my sobriety is when I finally started to actually focus on me and my successes. Albeit very small successes at the beginning, every single one of those little successes amounted into something pretty freaking big. Just focus on yourself. It'll take you a lot farther. I think it's important to also try to build something of your own for yourself and maybe for other people as well. And that could be a career, a business, a social media presence, kind of like what I'm doing right now. Build something for yourself that you can be proud of and tell your story through. I personally started a clothing company. It's an indigenous clothing company here on the west coast of Canada, and I built that from the ground up. I did have a bunch of help from a lot of amazing people in my life that I've had the privilege of knowing. I could have called on them at any time because they saw what I was trying to build. But I took something from nothing and created it into something. Does that sound right? I hope that sounds right. Another thing that I did, I got a job in my local community here working in mental health and addiction, and I worked with a lot of our homeless community. It brought me a true sense of purpose. It gave my addiction meaning. Like, it wasn't just all for nothing. I actually had knowledge and wisdom from the struggles that I had been through, and I could now share that with the people around me, both in addiction, not in addiction, homeless or not homeless. There are a lot of people that have asked me many questions about addiction that have never gone through it themselves, because it also helps them learn and it allows them to approach the local community that they live in differently, which is, I think, extremely helpful and honorable for them to do. That was me building something. That was me building me, learning more, getting better each and every single day, finding a way to consistently improve. And although our addictions may not define who we are and our past does not define who we are, I think we can all agree that without them, we wouldn't be who we are today. I know I wouldn't. Build you and build a life worth staying sober for, and they will come. I seen somewhere on social media, I was just flicking through it, and this old man popped up on the screen, and he said, do this twice a day, and it'll change your life. Go to the mirror, stare yourself in the eyes, and tell yourself, I love you. What? Why would I do that? I don't want to tell myself I love you. That's just weird. I mean, like, really, I had to step back and think, why is it so weird for me to tell myself that I love myself? Is it social media that's told me that's weird? Is it the way I was raised? Is it what we think other people would think of us if we told ourselves we love ourselves? I still can't really figure it out. So that's when I started to think for myself, all right, let's try it. And so on a regular basis, I started to tell myself, I'm proud of you. I do love myself, and I am very proud of myself and what I've done. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for the hard work that I've done. It is okay to acknowledge who you are and what you have done. There is a very common theme in addiction, and that is that we hate ourselves. We're disgusted with our behavior. We hate looking in the mirror because we don't like who we see looking back at us. And that's because we all know if somebody else treated us the way we treat ourselves, that's exactly how we would look at them. I hated myself for so long because of the way I treated myself. And I treated myself that way because I thought I deserved it. And I thought I deserved it because of what I had been through. And I wanted to escape what I had been through. So I treated myself like that. So if you won't say it, I'll say it. I'm proud of you for checking out this video, and I hope you learned a thing or two. Those are 5 things that have helped keep me sober during my recovery. It's not a rule book, it's not a 12-step program, and some of it you might not have wanted to hear. Just like early in my recovery or early in my attempts at recovery, I didn't want to hear either. But it wasn't until I kept hearing them and I started to apply them that things really started to change for me. And I'm not perfect. I'm still in recovery, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and I'm still working on it every single day. So if you're interested in hearing how close I actually did come to dying in addiction and want to know what the process was like getting to where I am today, check out my video right here. So thank you for watching. And if you're out here trying to grow, stay sober, get better, or improve, you're welcome to join me on my journey as well. Let's do this together. Take what works, leave what doesn't, and keep going.